power on earth, no power in hell is gonna steal my peace. 10,000 enemies, they will end up on their knees. When I'm hopeless, I can know this, you're with me. Your light will terrify the dark. I call upon the name that tears the night apart. My doubt will answer to your scars, and fear will have no place, no hold upon my heart. Your light will terrify the dark. Your light will terrify the dark.
Yo! What is up? What is up? Everybody, how are y'all doing? This is your boy Trevor Timms, aka the Pixar expert. Though, you know, be that as it may, you should know I am an MCU fan, boy. Dude, oh my god, and welcome to the Pixar expert Marvel Cinematic Universe special!
Whole squad ready. We came here to see Jet. What you got? No, not on my watch. No way.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just had to get that out of the way.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Oh my god, I am emotional. I am feeling everything.
You want forgiveness? Get religious.
Okay, so let's break it down, shall we? So, to sum up, this is the first Pixar Expert Marvel Cinematic Universe special, as I've said before. So basically on this, we're going to be talking all things Marvel. That's right, all things Marvel, especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For those of you that don't know, this Tuesday there was a special video that Marvel Studios had posted that brought us a good taste of what's to come in the future. In fact, you know what? Why don't we, for those of you that haven't seen it, why don't we go take a look at this video, shall we?
I love being with people. It's the most incredible thing in the world.
What are you doing? Oh, this is nice.
That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change, we're all part of one big family. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That's right.
We're all part of one universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory.
On your left.
powerful. Was that something or what? Dude, that video, it was amazing, dude. When I watched that, dude, what was revealed in that video was basically Stan Lee saying, like, okay, sorry, I'm feeling everything from this video. Let me break down what was in the video. So, okay, so basically in the video, that was Stan Lee's voice, you know? Basically, like, Stan Lee, you know, basically he's saying how he loves being with people, you know? Like, these films that were released in theaters for a reason, to bring Marvel fans and, like, fans of movies together alike, you know? It's basically for people to enjoy the experience of seeing a Marvel film in theaters, you know? And that's what makes the experience of an MCU film great, you know? The experience, you know, us coming together and, like, so let me tell you something. I'll tell you this, and this is true. I am a Marvel fan, okay? I know my username, my channel name is Pixar Expert, and I am the Pixar Expert. And I love Pixar and stuff, you know? I'll tell you this, I don't just love, yeah, I love Pixar, but, like, I also love things Disney. I love things Marvel. You know, I'm a super fan, you know? Because thing is, with Marvel, I'm more than a fan, you know? I mean, I've kept up with the MCU ever since the first Iron Man, you know? It took me a while for me to understand that these films, they're all part of one shared universe. And, like, the experience of that is something great to be part of, you know? It's like, that's what Stan Lee wanted, you know? He wanted us all to come together and, you know, be with one another, you know? And hell, you know, the audience, basically, hell, the video included the audience reaction to the opening night of Avengers Endgame. The portal scene, oh my god, dude, like, that was something great to behold, you know? Basically, like, you know, that was an example. Basically, they put that there, the audience reaction to Avengers Endgame, that scene in the opening night, that was there as an example of why Marvel films are for movie theaters, you know? Basically, this is not just to save the MCU, it's to save theaters as well, because, like, going to movie theaters, it's one of my favorite things to do, and it's what everybody loves, you know? It's like, and I've never felt more honored to be part of that experience, you know, because, like, I love movies. I'll tell you this, I love films. I love Marvel. I love Disney, for God's sake, you know? Of course, we're talking things Marvel, but, like, dude, I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a long time. And it's like, people can hear me out on this, you know, like, being part of this experience, I mean, it's something worth, it's something worth fighting for, you know? And despite all of this COVID stuff going, oh, shit. Sorry, music. And despite all this COVID stuff going around, you know, like, because let me tell you something, COVID, it pushed everything back, you know? A year ago, Black Widow, the next film in the MCU, you know, the solo film to Natasha Romanoff's story was pushed back, you know? It was supposed to release on May 1st of 2020, but then, you know, COVID hit, it pushed the film back months. It pushed the film back to November 6th, November 7th. No, it was November 5th. It was pushed back to November 5th. And, like, basically that film affected all the others too. Eternals, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder. It affected all of them. Hell, Black Panther 2 as well. You know, I'm gonna go over those too. What we saw in the video later in my video. You know, but, like, you know, people can understand, you know, being a Marvel fan, it's more than just, you know, just watching the films. And no, it's about being part of a shared experience, you know? It's important, you know, us as Marvel fans, you know, or any type of movie fan in general, you know? I mean, hell, you don't even have to be, let me tell you something, you don't have to be a Marvel fan to watch this video. You have to watch this to understand what I'm saying, you know? That video was put out to save theaters, you know, not just streaming service, but, I mean, hell, like, I know I know I agreed to make this just a Marvel video, but I need to put this as an example. Apparently, Luca was set to go to Disney Plus, and that hurt like a couple executives. They felt disappointed about that because they wanted that film to be made for theaters because they wanted that experience. I mean, like that's my point, like basically being part of that experience, it's basically what brought Marvel fans together. That's what and it started with the first Iron Man film, and then went into the Incredible Hulk, which we want to forget that even exists, obviously. But then went into Iron Man 2, to Thor, to Captain America, the First Avenger, and then what solidified this as a shared universe, what solidified this as a successful shared universe was the first Avengers film, released in 2012, basically with that experience, one of the things that made movie theaters fun to go to still, And now that there's a vaccine out, and this COVID thing's almost over, I got my vaccine, and you understand what I'm saying? COVID could have destroyed theaters, but now this is something to save theaters. And and all those upcoming films we saw in the sizzle reel right there, that was an example of what the future's trying to bring, to movie theaters, And the first on that list is Black Widow, a film that got pushed back last year due to COVID, That was the first film that was the first MCU film to be pushed back throughout this COVID bullshit, And basically, this summer, on July 9th of 2021, this year, we're finally gonna get the chance to see Natasha Romanoff's solo film in the MCU. Basically, we'll be getting that on July 9th in theaters and on Disney Plus. And that is another method. That was a pretty smart method for Disney to do to help both keep their money and save theaters as well. If you're a Marvel fan, I highly recommend seeing this in theaters. If you're a die-hard Marvel fan, seeing this in theaters, that should be the way to do it. And the next film to come after that is after Black Widow. The next film we get later in the year, on September 3rd of 2021, is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, a film centered on the master of Kung Fu himself, Shang-Chi, a new Marvel hero which will represent Asian importance to America, And then, after Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, in that video, we also got our first glimpse at Eternals a little bit, which is set for for November 5th of 2021, Just September, October, just 2 months after Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then, those aren't the only 3 films releasing this year, because we also get the third Spider-Man film, Spider-Man No Way Home, on December 7th, 2021, just 1 month after Eternals. How about that? And those are the films from just this year. And they also announced solidified release dates for what's coming next year. And the first of next year is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the film that tied into WandaVision. If you have not watched WandaVision, I recommend highly watching that right before Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is set to release March 25th of 2022. And then after that, we get Thor's 4th film in the MCU, Thor: Love and Thunder, which is set for May 6th of 2022. And then, not only that, but Black Panther 2 apparently got a new title. The title for that, let me tell you something about this. This new title is important because basically it's reshaping the sequel to honor the late Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played Black Panther. Basically, the title for Black Panther 2 is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And that is a very important title because basically this film is meant to honor Chadwick Boseman because the MCU, Kevin Feige himself, basically made the decision not to recast Chadwick Boseman to honor him. But they are going to honor the legacy of his work, They want to honor the character. So basically, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is basically what the title will mean to people is basically moving forward, moving on, because Wakanda will be there forever, you know? It's part of the there's lots to explore in Wakanda, not just T'Challa, you know? There's more to it. It's about moving forward, you know, moving on. I mean, like, keep in mind, I'll tell you this, and this is true, and I'll explain in the next video. I was not as excited for Black Panther 2 when Chadwick Boseman died, and when they made the decision not to recast the character. But now that I learned more about it, and what the title meant, now my anticipation went up a little bit. And, you know, it's like, basically, well, I'll tell you this, and this is true, T'Challa's gone. Well, Chadwick Boseman's gone forever. He died, and he's not coming back. And they need to find a way to move forward from that, you know? And they need a way to honor his legacy, you know? He made such a great part of the MCU. And, like, and that is why, you know, the film is titled Black Panther Wakanda Forever, you know? Moving forward. That's what Wakanda is all about, you know? Striving, you know? It means a lot more to the MCU than just the place, just the kingdom of the Black Panther, you know? I mean, that's what it means for the Black Panther, you know, finding the strength to move forward. And then, while that also got a new title, Captain Marvel 2 also got a new title called The Marvels. Basically, this film, which releases on November 11th of 2022. Yeah, basically, The Marvels releases on November 11th of 2022. And basically, the film will have 3 Marvels, you know, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, who's getting her own Disney Plus series this year, and Monica Rambeau, who will also become somewhat version of Captain Marvel. And then what was also announced is that they finally announced the release date for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is set for February 12th of 2023. That's right. They announced 2 films beyond February on 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is set for February 12th, 2023, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is set for May 5th of 2023. That's right. They have basically announced that Guardians Volume 3 is moving forward. And then sometime after Guardians Volume 3, we'll finally get Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. That's right. And Kevin Feige's working on a film right now, and John Watts will be set to direct. And of course, they're gonna move forward with Blade, despite the fact that they haven't announced it yet. They're still working on the film, but I think I do know a reason why Blade wasn't announced. Because basically, I think what Marvel's trying to do is make this the first MCU film to possibly be rated R. And I kind of learned from that R-rated MCU films aren't out of the question. I mean, that could be a possibility, or they could make it an ultra-violent PG-13 film. But, you know, basically Falcon and Winter Soldier convinced me that they can go to that length. So yeah, man, this is what the future is bringing, you know, like, it's very great to be part of this, you know, shared experience of the MCU. And basically, what I think I should do now is I should rank my, I think what would be a good idea for me right now, since this is a special video, I think what would be a good idea is for me to rank my anticipation for these MCU films. Alright, so the one I honestly was least anticipated for at first is The Marvels, because we didn't know what they were going to do with it, and honest to God, I didn't care much for Captain Marvel, the first one. But, you know, like, my anticipation for it got a little higher, so I'd have to put that at, like, I'd have to put that below Eternals, because I think I'm going to put Eternals right above the Marvels. Right below the Marvels, you know, because we don't know much about the Eternals yet. This is the first time we've ever seen them, but, like, they said it'd be one of Marvel's best work. So, like, yeah, I think this would be, I think this would be something Marvel can do, you know, like, I think it might be a good masterpiece. So, yeah, okay, so, hold on, let me check something real quick. Yeah, so I put Eternals at 11, The Marvels at 10, Number 9, I'd have to put Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because again, we don't know much about that, because we just know that Peyton Reed is returning to direct the movie, you know, like the first one, and yeah, and like I am still anticipated for it because Kang the Conqueror will be in the film, as confirmed by Kevin Feige. And number 8 on this list is Fantastic Four, because it's still in the early development phase, and like you know, after of course we don't talk about the 2015 version, it doesn't exist. Scrape that from our minds. It's not even called Fantastic Four, it's called Fantastic. And okay, number 7 on this list, I'll be honest, number 7 on this list is Blade, because I am still anticipated for it, because most likely it could very well be the first R-rated MCU film. I think that's what they might try to do. And alright, number 6 on this list is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. At first, I wasn't too anticipated for it when Chadwick Boseman died, but you know, basically the title convinced me that this will be a great way to honor the character, because you know, he made an impact to the MCU, like I said before, you know. And number 5 on this list is number 5 on this list is Thor: Love and Thunder. I am excited for Thor's solo film. I put that really high because Christian Bale's going to be the villain. He'll be playing Gore the God Butcher, which will be really exciting, you know, because, and not to mention, Russell Crowe will be playing Zeus, another god of thunder in Greek mythology, you know, so that'll be fun to see. Number 4 on this list is Black Widow. You know, basically, like, it's great, you know, after seeing that final trailer, it'll be great to see Natasha Romanoff's solo movie in the big screen, you know. Finally see her face off against Taskmaster, seeing Red Guardian in action. Let me tell you something, David Harbour's Red Guardian is great in the film, you know. I'm excited to see how he does, you know. And number 2 on this list is, number 3 on this list is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will be another big MCU film. Because basically, what this will do is it'll explore the multiverse, you know? Another part of the MCU, the multiverse. Like, basically the fact that Sam Raimi's directing this, you know, basically this will be the first horror film. And the fact that, like, past Marvel characters, like, past actors who played Marvel characters might appear in this film. Like, hell, maybe even, like, there's so much Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness can explore. Now, moving on, number 2 on this list is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Basically, my anticipation for this film is so high because we'll finally be getting the real Mandarin. The one-on-one fight choreography in this film is amazing. I am like, dude, I was freaking out when I saw the trailer. I knew I would be excited for it, you know, and I am, you know. Basically, like, seeing this film with its one-on-one fight choreography, dude, I mean, I have a feeling this film will kill it, you know. It might be, like, I don't know, it might be the next Winter Soldier. I'm sorry, Young Joe, don't. I'm sorry, Young Joe, nothing against Winter Soldier. I love the Winter Soldier, Captain America the Winter Soldier. And, like, seeing the real Mandarin in action in this. And not only will we be getting the Mandarin, we'll be getting Fin Fang Foom in this film. So I'm excited to see how they handle that. And finally, number 1 on this list. Sorry. Number 1 on this list, I've been waiting to tell y'all this, is Spider-Man No Way Home. That is correct. Spider-Man No Way Home is my most anticipated MCU film because all the stuff I've been hearing about it, and you know, like the fact that Alfred Molina's coming back as Doc Ock, and Jamie Foxx is returning as Electro, and hopefully they'll improve him in that. And basically, I'm also hearing that like a lot of other villains could be like William Dafoe might be coming back as the Green Goblin. I hope he does. And not to mention, Not to mention the potential for there to be 3 Spider-Man. Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, that's right, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield, despite the fact that, I mean, I'm not begging for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man to be in there, but I think he could still do good in this film. You know, basically, this will be like a live-action Spider-Verse, you know? Though I don't know about that. I mean, they could go that length. But if not a Spider-Verse, maybe what I think this film will do, I think this could potentially set up the Sinister Six. No, what am I saying? This will set up the Sinister Six. We'll be finally getting the Sinister Six in the MCU. You know? And basically, the Sinister Six storyline has been one of my favorites. Hands down, you know, I cannot wait. Spider-Man No Way Home is one of my most anticipated films on this list. You know, and, yeah, you know, I'm excited to see, not to mention Doctor Strange will be in the film, so yeah, of course, this could be a multiverse film, you know, yeah, why wouldn't this be a multiverse film? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man being in this movie, it's gonna blow me away, because let me tell you something, I love Tom Holland, but Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man, you know, he'll always be, I grew up with him. He will forever be my favorite Spider-Man, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Yeah. Okay, so, oh yeah, and before I sign off on this video, you know, before I go, I want to tell you something. Loki has moved its release date up, you know, to June 9th of this year. So we'll be getting it a couple days early. So Loki will premiere on Wednesdays as opposed to Fridays, to leave room for the Bad Batch to premiere. Well, you know, that's all I have to say about this. But, you know, what better way to close out this special with a little... I think you guys know what I'm about to do. I have to do it. You know, I gotta do it. I have to. You know, because this is an MCU special, dude. You know I have to do it. Tony Stark, Iron Man, Nick Fury has a plan. It's shocking pepper pots, arc reactor core. Asgard, Mystery War, Loki and his brother Thor. Banner radiation transformation. Roar! They're the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Clint Barton, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Russian spy. World War II, Bucky, baby, I love you. First Avenger, here we go. Everyone assemble. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Obadiah, we failed, and flash, failed, infinity, stones of infinity, so mine in reality. Gamora to Drax Rocket. Korea, Witch and Spider-Man. Killmonger, high and fly, further faster, tunnels of Infinity War. I can't take it anymore. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. Though when we are gone, will it still burn on and on and on and on? We didn't start the fire. Well, guys, you know, all good things must come to an end, but thank you guys all for watching this, and thank you guys for joining me. You know, thank you all for watching the Pixar Expert Marvel Cinematic Universe special. I've had fun doing this with y'all, and you know, but you know, before I go, I want to share a little something. I want to thank you guys all for watching this video. You know, it's great, you know, that I have a place, you know, right here where I can just talk about, you know, what I love to talk about on my channel. I'm glad that I can use this channel to talk about all my the favorite things I like to talk about. I like Pixar and Marvel, whether it's Disney or Pixar or Marvel or Star Wars or DC or any of my favorite shows like Invincible, The Walking Dead, Cobra Kai, any of that kind of stuff. You know, it's great, you know, that I can come on here and talk about this kind of stuff because, and I'll tell you guys the truth. You know, sometimes I'm not very thorough with how I talk in my videos sometimes because I have a disability and that that causes me to have trouble to speak. You know, that's part of my disability. But it's great. That you guys listen to what I say because I want to thank you guys all for. for subscribing to my channel. I'm thankful that you guys are on here watching me talk, and it's great to be on here. I also want to give a huge thanks to all my friends and family that that watch my videos and support and subscribe to my channel. I especially want to thank my friend Joseph Yoda. I especially want to thank my friend Joe Lipham. His YouTube name is Yoda Joe Skywalker. I recommend you go subscribe to him. He's a good friend of mine. I also want to thank Jacob Silvers. He's another great friend of mine. He's another great friend of mine. They're both really good friends of mine that support me and support my channel. And support what I do and what. In fact, we're all Marvel fans. We're all Disney fans, Pixar fans, Star Wars fans, you name it, DC fans. And that's it's great that I found a place where I can belong. Because I also want to thank everybody in my family. Mom, Dad. I want to thank all y'all. For subscribing to my channel and because it's great that I can come on here, talk about what I love to talk about. Despite the fact that I have speech and language impairment, it's great, that I can try my best with communicating with what I like to do here. It's great, it's great that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank y'all for that. I feel like I haven't, and right now I should, because I'm still here. The Pixar expert is back. He's not going anywhere. Well, I've always been here. I never left. Yeah, I should say Pixar expert never left, and he's not going anywhere. So that's the end. So that was, yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank y'all for coming out. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This is your boy Pixar expert. Thank you guys for coming out. I'll see you next time.